I know I made quite a bit of hay in your direction, Christopher, and it was fun just to sort of bust your stones because, hey, Andy Dalton starting for your team is not that bad of an idea.
Right. Solid.
I know that's the phrase, solid. He's a solid guy. He's a solid quarterback. It would be a solid decision. And I kind of busted your stones over there, Chris, because, the Patriots are and their fan bases are wondering who's going to be their quarterback.
Yeah.
And and again, I think that the conversation will be nonstop about why the Patriots haven't picked anybody up until Jarrett Stidham trots out for their first start of the year. And then you'll see how it goes. And then we may have that conversation if he is, and the Patriots are 0-2, and he is 1 touchdown, 5 interceptions, and they bring in Hoyer and it would be the first time in 20 years that we'd have a conversation. How much of a leash does Bill Belichick have on his quarterback? Obviously, that moving on to Cincinnati insanity notwithstanding, I don't think Belichick ever had any notion in his head about how much of a leash Tom Brady was on.
We're on to Cincinnati.
Until, obviously, back in 2001. I guess 2001 was the last legitimate who's the quarterback of the Patriots conversation, when Bledsoe came back from his innards being blown up and he was ready to be the starting quarterback again, and Belichick went with Brady. And then there was a conversation for a brief bit in between the AFC Championship game and the Super Bowl. So I know I busted your stones about Dalton being the quarterback there, because Patriots fans who would look down from Mount Pius, to use the Damashek phrase, and down the bridge of their nose at the rest of the proletariat, a.k.a. 31 other franchises in the NFL, they look down and laugh at anybody's attempt at trying to start somebody not named Tom Brady. And now, welcome to the rest of us, as I'd like to say. Dalton's not an option now. He's gone.
He is not.
He is not an option. And that's because the Dallas Cowboys upgraded their position. They upgraded their position. Cooper Rush was the backup quarterback in Dallas, and I would proffer to say not many Cowboys fans knew who Cooper Rush was, or if he was the long-lost brother of Cooper Kupp, even though they don't have the same last name, or Cooper Rush might have been the name of some sort of cartoon character that the NFL had on a Saturday morning. Cooper Rush was the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys in that cartoon version of the NFL that they would put on Saturday mornings.
That's nice.
But Cooper Rush, I know we've got him on the roster right here, our hardworking Rich Eisen Show staff. We could take him off. About 12 minutes ago, or before we went to the air, they cut him.
He just got cut.
He's gone.
Yeah.
He's off the team. It's now Dak and Dalton. And it's a really smart, wise move by the Dallas Cowboys to get a TCU legend. Yes, I use the phrase. TCU legend, Andy Dalton, one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of that football program, back in the Dallas Metroplex, back in the state of Texas. And you've got a guy in a contract dispute. There's no other way to put it. Dak Prescott has been owed this long-term contract, and he either hasn't gotten the money that he wants, or Dallas hasn't been putting enough money on the table that they should. I proffer to say that the answer is somewhere in between there. And Dallas has now got an opportunity to say, hey, we've upgraded our backup position. And if Dak decides to, if there is a season on time, knock on wood if you're with me, we're going to get a schedule later this week. I can't tell you when this show is for sure, but we have gotten internally at NFL Network the idea of when I should be at stage two of my home office, desk left for those scoring at home. Dak, you want to play with fire, Scarecrow? Well, here comes fire on top. Howitzer of an arm, firing into a little bit of a pitch back at his backyard with his kiddos flipping him the footballs and Andy Dalton.
Quarterback competition. That's what this is. Bringing a guy like Andy Dalton, starting quarterback caliber.
This is what this is.
Leverage on Dak now.
What this is just in case, for some reason, Dak decides to not want to come in, I don't think that's going to get to that case at all. I really don't. But between now and July 15th, when this decision has to be made, or is it June 15th? One of the two. I think it's June 15th. But between now and then, I mean, here we go. Great way for Andy Dalton to just sit back, continue on, play for a franchise that I proffer to say he's probably always wanted to wear the star. And 1 year, $3 million guaranteed up to $7 million.
Yeah, you said Dalton could have been had for the Jameis contract.
That's not too far off from the Jameis contract at all.
3 times as much guaranteed money.
3 times as much guaranteed money, but pretty much the same in terms of incentives.
Right.
I mean, Jameis comes as a little bit less expensive.
Yeah.
I like the move by Dallas, man. I like it.
I mean, were you as shocked as we were?
That if Dak gets hurt, this guy comes in, and you've got a bona fide Pro Bowl caliber starter in the National Football League. You've got it. And if Dak decides to mess around with the contract, which I don't think is going to happen, you've got this in your back pocket.
Also, I think
a very smart move by Dalton. Again, fans know Andy Dalton down there, where many people might scoff at Andy Dalton.
Well, the name, yeah.
The name down in the state of Texas holds a significant amount of gravitas for good reason. The guy lit it up at TCU.
I also think Jerry kind of saw what happened with the Saints last year. God forbid your starting quarterback goes down. You have a high-quality starting quarterback caliber backup come in. Saints went 5-0 with Teddy Bridgewater. Don't miss a beat. And I think that's what Dallas kind of did here.
Oh, yeah.
Surprising, though. I mean, I think we all thought Andy was going to go to a spot where he could be the starter.
Love it. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.